as we're getting more into news things, something I've just remembered. The rumor is the next Star Wars films.
Is outside the Skywalker saga.
It's set after the Disney trilogy, and there's potentially some characters will rock up again.
Yeah, but it's not the Skywalker saga anymore, is it? It's a new story.
It's not.
So maybe some old characters, because these people still exist.
I appreciate that. I think, me personally, would have much preferred them to really step away from the Skywalker era.
I get that.
And we have a fresh...
Do you know what the only problem with that is?
Go on.
Star Wars fans. What you would have got is what we've had for the last year or so with Marvel, with everyone going, this doesn't feel connected anymore. Why is it even a Marvel film? Like, what's the point? And you would have had Star Wars fans going, we know this universe, why don't we recognise anyone? How are their faces? We don't know. Do you know what I mean? And while I agree that it would have been really fun to see them just go, okay, we're now over here in the galaxy, this is a different story, people want some familiarity. And I think that's what we're actually going to get. There's going to be one or two characters who were there for maybe the first film, just to be there as literally like a handing of the torch, going, our story is over, this is your story now.
Yeah, I mean, they could have done that with just the shows have stayed with those characters.
I
just
completely fucking agree.
I would really love Star Wars to go back in time to when the Sith were in the most control, and there was lots of Sith, and it was just the Jedi were on the back foot.
Give us a trilogy that leads to the creation of the Rule of Two.
Yes, that would be great.
That's what I want. You hear that, Dave Filoni? Make an Order 33 film.
I wonder if they're going to do the next set of films is still carrying on the timeline, so close enough that there's these characters going to cross over. I wonder if once they've filled all the gaps with their shows, maybe they do a show, one of their shows they bring out is a completely different timeline as a test the water sort of thing.
Maybe.
Because there is a lot of Star Wars they could play with.
I mean, it's a long time ago. There's a lot of time between then and now.
It was a long, long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away.
Some of the most iconic lines ever. Can't lie.
Some of the most iconic After Effects. Just text scrolling across it.
Mate, I love the behind the scenes shot of the guy with the camera as that's literally scrolling on a screen filming it. I'm like, I love it. Anyway. On to more new stuff. New. All of the new, all of the time.
Nerd News Network.
Yeah, baby. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania finally got a motherfucking trailer.
It did. Which I presume at least some of these clips were what were shown at Comic-Con and we never got to see because they never really got leaked properly. I am very intrigued.
It looks so nice.
I have to say, I think I might have been right about where the TSA is.
Yeah.
Back when we were trying to figure that out and like how and I was like, TSA has to be in the quantum. It seemed like the TSA was in the quantum realm, and it very much with this trailer.
Yeah,
and I get the
what
feeling.
Janet was saying with like, oh, there's a whole secret society there. Blah 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 blah. It would make sense. Also, I assume you've seen the theory doing the rounds on the internet.
Go on, which?
Well, when we saw Kang's little army basically thing, there was many big spinning circles.
Yeah.
That everyone has instantly gone, that feels very circle and ringy, like the bracelet that Kamala has and the rings that Shang-Chi has.
Yeah. Everyone's going, there's got to be missing parts, and that's why he needs them.
I cannot wait for this film to come out and it tied together what we've had so far in Phase 4 and everyone go, oh wow, these films were a lot more connected than we thought. We were just being impatient.
Yeah, everyone's going to be like, oh, look at all these hidden Easter eggs that connected stuff.
Yeah. People just forgot what Phase 1 of the MCU was like.
They did. And it's fine. And I know, like, MCU, obviously, like, they trusted themselves in what they were doing.
Yeah.
They knew people would eventually see what's going on. But I'm very excited for this. It's going to be to finally like dive into the quantum realm and kind of get a better understanding of it is going to be really interesting. We got our look at our good old Ghostbuster friend,
Yep.
who isn't confirmed now, definitely isn't the voice of
MODOK.
MODOK.
We didn't see MODOK on that trailer, did we?
No, we didn't.
Because I know based on some of the leaks that he doesn't really have like a humanoid face that's just huge. His face looks a bit more robotic. But I didn't spot anything that resembled MODOK in the trailer. I might have missed that though.
I didn't either. And I think, if I remember correctly from like how people described the Comic-Con thing, it was like in a flash you saw MODOK.
Yeah.
So whether there was like a flash of when they were traveling and you could see him, but I don't think we were meant to see MODOK or anything.
But, Jonathan Majors as Kang looks terrifying.
Yes.
He might be one of these castings that I don't know what I'm gonna get, but I know I'm gonna love it,
Mm.
and I just cannot wait. Same thing with Creed 3. I've not really watched any of the Creed films, but I saw the trailer for Creed 3 with Jonathan Majors across from Michael B. Jordan, and I was like, "Hey yo, that looks like peak Rocky. I'm here for it."
The Creed, I will say the Creed films are great, and I'm looking forward
I've
to
always
Creed
heard they're good, but I've just never got around to finally watching them.
Yeah,
I'm very much, if I don't see it in the cinema, I'm probably never going to see it.
I get you. With Ant-Man though, it's like I said, if they do end up going to the TSA or like can control TSA now, I wonder if we see Loki.
I doubt it. This film doesn't give me cameo vibes.
The only Loki be the only one just because TSA, if that is where they end up.
We might get a reference to Loki on like someone
possibly
causing trouble, but I don't think we see anything.
Yeah, or like we've already had someone from your world here meddling, or something like that.
But I'm very, very, very excited to see what we get. This film,
it's going to be
has the ability to be
visually
very good.
stunning.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very good. I think the first two acts are going to be quite funny and light-hearted, so that third act, which is really dark and sad, really fucking hits. And I think Scott Lang is going to die. I think we get our next legacy character, which will be Cassie Lang taking over from her dad.
I'm either of the sense of,
because like, how old is Paul Rudd now?
Maybe he doesn't die, but maybe he somehow gets lost in the quantum realm.
Paul Rudd is 53 years of age. God damn it!
What a Chad.
Yeah. Oh, he's such a fucking Chad. But like,
he could get lost in the quantum realm.
Yeah, but how many more like hard action superhero films does he have left in him?
True, but a lot of his stuff is CGI.
He does not make it out of the multiverse saga if he does make it out of this film.
Yeah, I would agree he doesn't make it out. There's definitely going to be a few that don't make it out of the multiverse saga.
The multiverse saga going to do some fucking trimming.
Everyone was sad when Iron Man died, but just you wait. We're about to get Red Wedding
You're
style.
Like ready. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, whether he gets lost in the quantum and then down a few films down the line, they have to figure out how to find him again, like they did with.
That could be cool.
But
comes back for Kang Dynasty or Secret War or something.
Yeah, find him as a prisoner. Kang's found him in the quantumverse, and
old man Paul Rudd, Ant-Man could be lit. This character that's like normally really light-hearted and bubbly, being like a hardened character who's been stuck fighting an oppressive regime in the quantum realm for like 500 years, as far as he's concerned.
Yeah,
that'd be lit.
Loki finds him.
Yeah, these could be dumb lit. I'd love to just be given these characters and be told, the people who are going to watch your stuff don't give a fuck about canon, have fun. I'd have so much fun. Anyway.
Speaking of not... Well, I guess it is going to be canon, but...
It is going to be canon.
Off-brand canon, shall we say.
Random off-the-wall shit.
Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, baby. We're getting that Star Wars treatment.
Do you know what's funny? the trailer for this, like that
It felt
first
like a
scene.
big improv scene.
Well, yeah, that first scene where we've got I forget his name, the new Ravager with the whistle thing.
Yeah.
Did you not instantly get the feeling that like we were watching a behind the scenes kind of documentary
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy? Just the
It
way
felt
it's
really
lit,
weird.
the way it's lit, and like I don't know what, like just the way it's shot. I was like, am I watching a behind the scenes thing here? And then I
feel
realized,
like it's been made to look low budget.
well, it's made. It's been. I think it's been made to look like behind the scenes because they want them to come to Earth, and it's like, they've, I think, purposefully made it look that way, so it feels like they're on our Earth and in our world.
But I think the basic story seems to be Star-Lord is depressed that Gamora's dead.
Yes.
So the Guardians find out that it's around Christmas time on Earth.
So let's have a Christmas here.
So let's make Star-Lord happy by doing Christmas. What would Star-Lord want for Christmas? Let's go kidnap Kevin Bacon.
Well, let's go to Earth and get a present for him. What's his favorite thing on Earth? Kevin Bacon.
And you do see Kevin Bacon in the trailer running away from Drax and Mantis.
Oh, they break into his house.
Yeah. We've come to collect you as a Christmas present.
You're coming with us. Instantly runs away. Obviously.
What I will say is, bearing in mind this is like 6 years in the future, I can only assume Kevin Bacon got blipped.
Well, here's the thing, right? the way that the Earth felt, and again, I think this is just the way it's shot, makes it feel almost like the way She-Hulk's fourth wall broke, where it's like they're not going to their Earth. It's like they've come to our Earth out of the show.
They're coming to get actual Kevin Bacon from main Earth.
It's like they've come out of the show, like the MCU, and they're on our Earth. And maybe that's just the clips that they've shown us, but it just feels very weird. But yeah, if it's obviously meant to be their Earth, and yeah, maybe he got blipped, or did he get blipped?
I think it's going to be a very silly, very goofy thing to watch around the holidays with loved ones.
I'm going to say there's going to be a post-credit scene where Santa shows up.
I'm going to say there's a post-credit scene that teases Guardians 3.
Oh, yeah, possibly. I think, because Santa is an actual mutant.
MCU character, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a mutant. He's an Omega level mutant.
Yeah, so I feel like they're going to play around the whole fact that, like, Santa isn't actually real or something. Yeah, and like the whole show, and then right at the end, real Santa shows up with his superpowers and he's just like, sup.
No, let's not talk about Santa too much because you're ruining one of my character profiles for Near Christmas.
Who?
Yeah.
But I think you're right. It's going to be very lighthearted. It's going to be very jokey.
And knowing Marvel fans and how Star Wars fanish they've become, they're going to hate it because it's just stupid fun.
Why are we getting a Christmas special? This should have been Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
But yeah, this is going to be James Gunn's second to last project. He's got the Christmas special and then Guardians 3. And then he is done. He will be leaving. Apparently on very good terms with Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige is very excited to see what he does next. Over as the creative head of DC Films.
Yes.
He'll be co-running it with Peter Safran, who will be looking after the business side. I think DC finally realised no one on planet Earth can do what Kevin Feige does.
Yeah, there is no other one person that can do it all.
Yeah, so they realised they had to go out and get two people. I don't know a lot about Peter Safran. I'm going to assume he's a good businessman.
Yeah, he must have been in the media. Yeah. So this lines up with what we kind of said last week with the head of DC being leaving, fired probably, but was left on good terms, or whatever they want to say.
The way every high-up executive from a big company leaves, they are parting ways, meaning we told them to leave, and if they didn't leave, we would sack them.
Yeah.
And everyone gets to save face.
Yeah. So it lines up with that they quite clearly obviously had a plan in place. They weren't going to replace him like with one person, which we were discussing, but actually, in fact, they're just going to split up and have multiple people kind of managing the future. Now, I fully believe, like Kevin, of course, he's going to be on good terms with the fact that James Gunn, and excited because he knows James Gunn's good. He knows he is going to make great films. So Kevin's going, finally some actual competition over at DC.
Yeah, competition's a good thing.
Yeah,
Competition is
exactly.
a good thing.
He
Kevin
knows.
wants people going to DC films and having a great time, because then guess what? They're like, superhero films are fucking lit. I want more. Marvel film, while I wait for the next DC film. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And he can also get bigger budgets from Disney because, hey, we got to compete with them. Look.
Do you know what? Also, this puts him like Kevin and James Gunn being on good terms. If for any reason in the future they wanted to do a Marvel/DC crossover.
Okay, so do you want to hear the thing that you're going to love?
Oh, here we go. Already in the works.
Yeah. When James Gunn left Marvel after getting fired before being brought back, when he was coming back and was working for both, i.e. working on Guardians and also working on the Suicide Squad, he was trying to foster discussions about a crossover.
Well, now he makes those decisions.
Yes. So 2030, we are getting Justice League of America versus the Avengers.
Phase 7.
Yeah. And that is when Chris Evans, RDJ come back, baby. Fuck yeah. Because they come back for that.
So honestly, well, yes, it would be very nice for James Gunn to still make MCU films. I honestly think this is a good thing all around.
And I think James Gunn fits DC characters a bit better.
Yeah.
I will be honest, I do have some slight concerns. James Gunn has always done better with goofy, off-the-wall characters. So I am not as confident in his ability to execute these fan-favourite, well-established characters like Batman, Superman, The Flash, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. Well, because we've not seen him do it.
True, but we do know that Matt Reeves has Batman control. So I would imagine James Gunn is essentially going to build what Kevin has been building with his own set of directors. Is James Gunn's going to have his own set of directors that he leans on for those. So like he's going to lean on Matt Reeves for the Batman characters and that sort of world, because Matt Reeves has proven himself that he understands those characters. James Gunn will still do the characters he's good with. And I think he won't attempt to do it all himself. I think he's worked under MCU. He's seen how Kevin does things. He's seen how Kevin's got things to work. Realistically, he should be going into DC with like a good idea of how to get this to work, and not trying to do it all himself. He knows that's not going to happen.
Don't get me wrong. I think James Gunn's going to do just fine, because as far as I'm concerned, he's done the best DCEU film so far with The Suicide Squad. It's an absolute masterpiece. I love it. I'm not going to get too excited.
No. They have to prove themselves.
All of it, because while I trust it, hey, if we get an announcement of a quirky character, I know it's going to be a banger. That I 100% trust James Gunn to do. It is the mainstay characters that I wouldn't bother doing a character profile about because they're so well known that I'm more pessimistic about, and I am being pessimistic.
I feel like the big
but
test.
If he does pull it off, mama, it's going to be a good time.
The big test then, realistically, is going to be how does James Gunn bring the Black Adam and how does he make that all work into whatever he wants to build?
Exactly.
Like, can he set up Superman ready for that matchup with Black Adam? Can he bring in what he wants from the old set of films if he wants to keep anybody across? Like, how, if he can figure out, because we know DC is currently in a storyline mess, if he can figure out how to navigate out of this and put himself in a good position, then we're doing okay. We'll see. Yeah. I think his biggest hurdle.
It'll be exciting.
Like Peter Safran, I'm sure is a great on the business side of things, but let's be honest, the biggest hurdle James Gunn's going to have is greenlighting making sure that they're on the business side of things. DC's like, yeah, okay, we agree with this. That's
Yeah.
going to be his biggest hurdles.
And also, hopefully, they've given him deliverables that are realistic, and in 2 years' time, they're not gonna move
Oust
on
him.
from him because he's not hit
Mhm.
stupid targets that no one could hit.
I would hope that he is made
It's
sure
just
that
like
those discussions have gone in a good
it's
favor.
it's just like in sports. If you're going to bring in a new manager, a head coach, whatever you want to call them, give them time to execute their plan.
Yeah.
Don't pull the trigger too early.